Good morning, Borderlands. My name is Killer6, and today we're going to talk about the retro resurgence. So, I was 8 years old in 1983, and it was a glorious time to be a kid. You had the toys, the video games, the TV, everything about the 80s, and especially 1983 was amazing. So, MTV was just getting started, and with it came a flood of new music. You had Michael Jackson, the pre-Weirdo days, Hall & Oates, Culture Club, Men at Work, The Police, the Eurythmics. All of those bands had big hits in 1983, and there were some other amazing things happening in our world that year, including the birth of what would eventually become the internet, and the birth of a legend in the Mario Brothers arcade game. In movies that year, you had Return of the Jedi, War Games, Eddie and the Cruisers, so on and so forth, Smokey and the Bandit. There was a lot of great movies that year. And that, in a large way, all of these things dramatically shaped who I would become. And I know a lot of you out there are watching, you're considerably younger than I am, and the 80s sounds like olden times to you. But the reason I bring this up is because we're on the cusp of what I think is going to be like a modern retro renaissance. You got Pixels coming out this year with Adam Sandler. I almost called him Andy Sandberg. Oh, damn. But yeah, that comes out this year, and it looks pretty damn good. But even more importantly, I think, is Steven Spielberg is working on directing one of my all-time favorite books, Ready Player One. Now, Ready Player One, for those of you who do not know, is a story about a young man named Wade who lives in a futuristic dystopian society where the only escape is through a virtual reality world called the Oasis. Now, in the Oasis, you can kind of like be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. He goes to school in the Oasis. He can play games in the Oasis. Think of it as like every video game that you could play is in there. Every world, every structure, anything that you can like imagine can be in the Oasis. Now the story takes a turn really quick, really early on. The creator of the Oasis passes away, and when he does, he leaves this video, and it's kind of like a puzzle, and it's like this amazing Easter egg that he wants people to solve, and if you can solve it, you get his fortune, you get control of the Oasis. So, instantly there becomes a power struggle between the giant corporations and the average citizen, who they're all just trying to, make sure they keep the Oasis safe and free. So there's, a little political underlying structure there, but you don't have to even like think about that to enjoy this book. Alright, so think of it as more like Willy Wonka meets Tron meets everything amazing about the 80s. There, that's about the best I can do with a quick blurb. It's really hard to do the book justice in a single blurb like that. So if you're looking for a great summer read, highly recommend it. I was hooked after one page, and it's a page turner. I would get to work, and I would be listening to it on audiobook, and then I would get to work, and on like my breaks, I had the actual physical book, and I would like pick up where I left off there. So that's how good it was. I basically nonstop listened and read it for a week. So, alright, so in addition to some amazing movies that are paying homage to the 80s, we also have some amazing music being produced by modern artists that have a very distinct 80s sound to them. You've got Com Truise, Noir Deco, Perturber, and the one that I most enjoy, Gunship. Gunship, at the time of me recording this video, still haven't released their album, but the two songs in the teaser trailer that they've released are absolutely amazing, and they really capture the 80s beautifully. Think of it as like the soundtrack to a John Carpenter movie, but with like lyrics, and it's freaking, I love it. I love Gunship. If you haven't checked them out, I have a link to their YouTube channel in the description below, which has their teaser trailer and the video for their first song, Fly For Your Life, which is an amazing video, by the way, so definitely go check that out too. Now, there's also a lot of retro-style video games that modern youth are discovering and loving, like The Binding of Isaac, Crypt of the Nectar Dancer, and then lesser-known games like Doom and Destiny, which I'm going to play and review soon, and the upcoming highly anticipated Time Spinner, which to me is going to be absolutely awesome. It's like Castlevania, like modernized. It's going to be great. Just trust me on this. Alright, so now I've reviewed Time Spinner before too, so I'll try and put a link to that in the description below so you guys can go see what I did on that and get an idea of what that looks like. So, retro is making a comeback, and honestly, I think it's wonderful. It's truly, in my opinion, a great time to be a gamer, a lover of pop culture, and honestly, I can't wait to see and hear what comes next. So let me know in the comments below, what are your favorite 80s songs, favorite movies from the 80s, favorite retro games, and if you enjoyed this video, then please take a second to click that like button and hit subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.